Hi, and welcome to PNG. My name is Cyrus Noriella. We have a very special show for you today and a special guest. Welcome to our channel. Here at PNG, or Professional Networkers Group, we work with our members to help them pursue their entrepreneurial endeavors. I invited our special guest here today, Rafael Cantu, because number one, he's a very good friend of mine, and number two, it's just been within the past year that we've been working with Rafael and helping him get started in his entrepreneurial pursuits. I thought it would be beneficial for everybody here watching to have Rafael share what has been going on over the past year and share some of his perspective leading up to this point. So without further ado, Rafael, welcome to the program. I'd like to start off, just to help our audience with getting this started, give a little bit of background. So Rafael, you've been involved in various sales positions, various different types of roles at different sales organizations. Could you just share with the audience how much of those experiences have played in your entrepreneurial efforts now? And do you also think that it's necessary for someone to have sales experience in order to become an entrepreneur?
I think my sales and business development background is playing a huge role in my entrepreneurial endeavors. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I think sales makes the world go around. I mean, if you really think about it, you start selling at a very early age, whether that's the idea of staying out past your curfew. I promise you my first date was a sales job. Even as a parent, I find myself always trying to persuade, educate, help my children understand, and help them do things that they may not even really want to do, but that is in their best interest. So that being said, my philosophy as in business is that business is about helping people. And every business has a sales component to it. Now, whether you're selling an idea to an investor or whether you're selling a product or service to a customer or client, someone is doing some sales. Now, sales to me is really just communication. It starts with active listening. It continues with questions to find out or identify some solutions that are needed, maybe a goal, or maybe some challenges that are being experienced. And then taking a look at what you offer, whether that's a product or a service or an idea or a belief, and seeing if that is a solution to fit, or to help that person solve those problems or issues or help them hit their goals. Doing that persuasively through communication. Now, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to be in business. And if you're going to be in business, you're going to be doing sales. So if you understand that, whether you're doing it or someone else is doing it, no matter the dynamic, it's going to need to be done. What I help people do is understand that because it's something that they're really already doing anyways, if they can do that with integrity, if they can do that with a little bit of skill and a lot of hard work, then I think that would help them be successful.
Rafael, that was very well said. Thank you very much. A lot of that was on point. Although I'm not sure that my first date was a sales job. I think I was probably the buyer instead of the seller in that situation. But let me go move on to my next question here. Since your involvement with PNG, what would you say are some of the biggest revelations that you've had as being part of the group?
The biggest revelation that I've had since joining PNG is that I really have unlimited potential. When you can be a part of a group, in our case, Professional Networkers Group, where you can leverage each other's time, resources, skills, talents, experience, expertise, all with a goal of helping each other, it's just an exciting thing to be a part of. And when I talk about potential, I also mean dreams. When you get a little bit older, like me, you stop dreaming. When I was a kid, I used to dream all the time. Now I am dreaming again. So one of my dreams is to be on the Virgin Galactic flight. And I don't think that type of thinking would happen if I wouldn't have surrounded myself with people like I have right now in PNG.
Excellent. And so could you expand a little bit for our audience to what was it that you experienced to convince you that pursuing entrepreneurism was something you wanted to do more than becoming an employee for a company?
My pathway to entrepreneurship began about a year ago, really. I mean, I've been in sales, as I mentioned, for 20 years, and I feel tremendously blessed by the career that I've had, the people that I've worked with, the experiences that I've been a part of, some successes, some failures. But overall, I think, what most average people, think is all they're going to get out of life. But about a year ago, through a good friend of mine, I began to think a little bit differently. And I started to realize that although I could make a good income and a good living and have some level of success in sales and a sales career working for other people, I realized that in order to hit my true goals, to have the lifestyle that I really want for my family, the time freedom, the financial freedom, the only way to do that is through entrepreneurship. So at that point, I began to look for opportunities. I currently have a number of business projects that I'm working on. I'm very excited about my future, and I'm looking forward to what the next 5 years brings.
So since you've started building your business over this past year, can you describe what some of the biggest takeaways have been for you in that experience?
The biggest takeaway for me since I've become an entrepreneur and I've started building businesses for myself is that it's really a character development process. You only get paid, you're only as successful as you become. And that's been humbling, it's been educational, and it's really been exciting. I work on personal growth every day because I want to become the person that helps people. And as I mentioned, business is about helping people. So as I grow as a person, I become more successful, and I'm really looking forward to, the path that I have and just becoming a better human being. I'm stronger in my faith, a better father, and a better entrepreneur.
So Rafael, you mentioned mindset. Can you tell us how your mindset has actually changed from Rafael the employee to Rafael the entrepreneur?
The biggest thing that's changed in my mindset is going from an average mindset or just being okay with a certain level of success to one of abundance. And it's not just me, my whole team, all of PNG, we have an attitude and a mindset that we're going to the top. We're all going to hit our goals. We all have different point A's and point B's, different things we want to accomplish. But through our efforts, we know we're going to get there. There is no doubt. It's just a matter of timing.
That's great, Rafael. One of the things that really struck me about your answer there was the issue of timing. A lot of people, when they're building a business, they expect everything to happen right away, and they don't show the patience required to build upon their character and their mindset, which are the key components for anyone being successful in business. But one last final question. What advice would you have for somebody who is just now striking out on their own?
First of all, I'd say congratulations. You're one of the very few people that even contemplate the idea of going out on their own. It's risky being an entrepreneur. Secondly, I would say, what are you waiting for? Get started right now. Because no matter what your ideas about being an entrepreneur may be, I promise you there will be an awakening. You will need to learn new things. You will need to improve yourself. And the longer that you wait to do that, the longer it's going to be until you're able to reap the benefits, the rewards, and the fruit of being an entrepreneur.
Well, Rafael, thank you very much for answering our questions today. That's our show for today. If you have any further questions that maybe you would like to ask Rafael, or perhaps anybody else at PNG, please post your questions at the bottom. We'll see you next time.